This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 29th day of November in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The Commission of Inquiry into the 2020 elections was today shown video and audio evidence depicting heavily armed TSU ranks clearing the Guyana Elections Commission's command center, as well as clips of party agents and local observers objecting to the insertion of fictitious numbers, while the statements of poll for Region 4 were being tabulated and verified by election officials. The audio and video evidence was presented to the Commission by the American Chamber of Commerce and Industry AmCham representative Rosalina Razul, who was on the stand for a second day. During the course of the elections, Ms. Razul served as an AmCham observer. She now works for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She told the Commission that party agents and local and international observers were evicted from the command center on the 5th of March by the then Deputy Chief Election Officer Roxanne Myers. In a video clip presented, the then CEO was heard asking persons within the command center to leave the premises.
Wow. Please take your rubbish and
to physically remove those from here.
Arrest them. If you fail to leave, they arrest him. So they're coming right. Rather than say we have to leave.
yes, that's it. Yeah, but they're moving me out of the place now. I'm telling you, so if it comes to me, we exit here now. Yeah, I tell you, let me get some lights. I take up these lights in the commission. Yeah.
What? When the people have come out of the place, people go out, yeah, just walk them out. Just walk them out.
Can I get those lights?
Sorry, no, you need to exit. No, you need to exit. Just collect these stuff. You should have been doing that long ago.
We got time for waste doing that long ago.
I lost time for wasting this stupidness. Yeah, no problem, sir. Good.
The commander told us
You're a politician officer?
Okay, well, let's go.
Razul told the Commission that the eviction took place the very day that the GCOM chairman, Justice retired Claudia Singh, was locked in a room for hours, even as the Region 4 returning officer Clement Mingo attempted to declare the results of the votes cast for District 4 amid screams of no. Pointing to a separate video, Razul said days before the forceful removal of the observers on the 3rd of March, the Region 4 returning officer Clement Mingo had explained in detail the tabulation process as he stood in the tabulation room on the ground floor of the command center. Pointing to another video clip, she said at the time the returning officer was addressing party agents and local and international observers. The AmCham observer said by the 12th of March, the returning officer had scrapped the use of the SOPs and was relying heavily on the spreadsheet.
The numbers I have on my spreadsheet are the numbers that I've extracted from the original statement of polls that were issued to me.
in whose presence?
No. Those are my statements. Mine.
You're property of Guyana, sir.
Could you describe what is the percentage that was to take place? Just arrived at these broadsheets. I took each statement code, input it into our computer, tabulated them, and come up with these broadsheets for each polling station.
Razul said by the morning of the 13th of March, the entire process was moved from the tabulation room to another room within the Ashman's building. And it was there that party agents and observers present realized yet again that the numbers being called out by GCOM staffers were not corresponding with the SOPs.
4058, Arnold 0, APNU plus AFC 163, CG 2,
She said 163.
LJP 0, PPPC 7 1, PRP 0, TCI 0,
Razul told the commission that the issue continued with loud objections for a number of days. More news when we return in just a moment.
Something big is here. GTT presents the moment you've all been waiting for.
'Tis the season to drive with GTT. Get your chance to be one of 4 lucky winners of a Toyota Raise, plus weekly giveaways and more. Simply activate a prepaid plan, sign up for fiber and voice plan, pay any 2 bills with MMG, or join the GTT family, and vroom! It could be you. 4 Toyota Raises, 4 winners. Drive with GTT.
Giftland Office Max, we're all about customer satisfaction. Whether it's clothing and shoes for the ladies, gents, and kids, or for the latest electronics or hardware appliance, we're always thinking of satisfying you, our dear customers. Now you can shop online at www.giftlandofficemax.com or visit us at the Giftland Mall, where we're happy to serve each and every one of you.
Sorrel making, hey, garlic stirring, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas. 'Tis the season to get what you've always wanted with a little help from Republic Bank. Same day approvals apply online. It's time to make it happen for yourself and your family. Get cash back for the best Christmas ever. Sorrel making, hey, garlic stirring, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
Get in the game with Buster. Win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Let's tell you now that the government of Guyana has initiated discussions with the diplomatic representatives of Canada and Italy for visa-free travel for holders of Guyana passport to those 2 countries. On the sidelines of a reception last evening, Canadian High Commissioner to Guyana Mark Berman confirmed that the Guyana government has reached out to the Canadian government on the issue, highlighting a readiness to begin discussions on visa-free travel to Canada for Guyanese. The Canadian diplomat said it is an issue that will be examined carefully and a determination will be made. There is no timeline set for any discussion since the matter was only recently raised.
Yeah, we've raised the issue with Ottawa. It's an issue which is our visa policy is different from the United Kingdom. It's based on different issues. Guyana is only one of a number of countries in the world, 100, who have for which we have visa requirements. It's something we're looking at and we'll make a determination.
But the discussions on that have started.
The government of Guyana have indicated their interest in having that discussion.
The Canadian High Commission also noted that 2 Canadian airlines, Air Canada and WestJet, are being courted to begin scheduled services to Guyana. However, he reminded that the airlines are private businesses and therefore they will base any decision they make from a business perspective. Meanwhile, the Minister of Foreign Affairs met on Monday with the new Italian ambassador to Guyana, Fabrizio Nicoletti, and raised the issue of visa-free travel to Italy for Guyanese nationals. Foreign Minister Yu Tut initiated talks on visa-free travel to Italy during the meeting with the new ambassador. He said he believes the lifting of the visa requirement for Guyanese nationals will be for the mutual benefit of both countries, particularly through private sector engagements and people-to-people exchanges, which he said will be advanced in the future. The minister said Italy and the European Union remain valuable partners to Guyana and CARICOM. The United Kingdom recently lifted visa requirements for Guyanese nationals, allowing easier travel for them to the United Kingdom. Longtime Guyanese diplomat Ambassador Keith George has been formally accredited as Guyana's new High Commissioner to Canada. He presented his letters of credence to Canada's Governor-General Mary May Simon last week in Quebec. In a statement, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said High Commissioner George has an extensive foreign service career spanning nearly 30 years, including his recent 10-year tenure as the Ambassador of Guyana to Suriname. High Commissioner George is also the recipient of Guyana's third highest national award, the Cacique Crown of Honor, and was key in Guyana's border cases. Just after being accredited, High Commissioner George discussed issues relating to combating climate change and building climate change resilience, indigenous people's welfare, food security, and the importance of agriculture and general economic and social matters of mutual bilateral interest with the Canadian Governor-General. The chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission, retired Justice Claudette Singh, and the Commissioner of the Police, acting Clifford Hicken, have handed over to the Presidential Commission of Inquiry the names and designations of all of the election and security personnel who worked at GCOM's Command Center in Region 4 during the course of the last elections. According to the Commission Secretary Javed Shadiq, the documents were submitted on Monday upon the request of the Chairman of the Commission of Inquiry, retired Justice of Appeal Stanley John. It was the GCOM Command Center, which was housed in the Ashmans building on Hatfield Street, that the electoral process went downhill, with the main opposition at the time, the PP Civic, together with a number of smaller parties and observer groups, accusing the Region 4 returning officer Clarence Mingo of attempting to rig the election in favor of the then government, the APNU-AFC. Since the public hearings commenced on the 4th of November, a number of serious allegations of electoral fraud and corruption have been made against returning officer Clement Mingo, the then Deputy Chief Election Officer Roxanne Myers, and the then IT Officer Enrique Levan. The then Commissioner of Police Leslie James and a number of other senior police officers were also accused of breaching standard operating procedures when pandemonium broke out at the Ashmans building on the 5th of March, when that returning officer attempted to declare the results of the votes cast in Region 4. During the early stages of the public hearings, retired Justice John, the chairman of the commission, said that persons for whom allegations of impropriety have been made will be written to by the commission and given a fair opportunity to respond to the claims made. According to Mr. Shadiq, the Commission Secretary, the Commission is still in the process of compiling that list. He said they have not written to anyone as yet. The Commission is tasked with determining what attempts, if any, were made to abstract, frustrate, subvert, and prevent the counting, ascertainment, and tabulation of votes polled and the declaration of the true results of Electoral District Number 4 as prescribed by law.
It's your time to win big. Spend $2,000 or more at any Massey stores to enter our Christmas jackpot promotion. You can be the lucky winner of a brand new Nissan X-Trail. You can also win a sofa set, Samsung gas stove, motorcycle, $300,000 in cash, or a fabulous weekend trip for two. Shop now until January 31st for a chance to hit Massey's Christmas jackpot. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, or website for more details.
Get set, go! Guyana, get ready. It's the 60th National School Cycling, Swimming, and Track and Field Championships from November 27th all the way through December 2nd. Hosted by the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Come and see the top student athletes and teachers from 15 sporting districts compete in intense rivalries. Come and enjoy cycling November 28th at the National Park Georgetown and swimming at the National Aquatic Center Liliendal. Witness the track and field action at the National Track and Field Center Lenora, West Coast Demerara on November 29, all the way through December 2nd. Action starts at 10 hours. The National Championships, where stars are born.
GBTI Quick Cash Christmas is back, just the way you like it. Get up to $500,000 easy for anything you want this Christmas. We ain't waiting on Santa. We buy and we own this Christmas. Apply at your nearest branch or online at www.gbtibank.com from October 15th to December 31st. GBTI, we see Christmas through your eyes. Terms and conditions apply.
A very Merry Guyanese Christmas.
After initially telling police investigators that she was a victim of an armed robbery that saw her 85-year-old great-aunt being murdered by two robbers, that great-niece of the elderly woman has now admitted to investigators that she was part of the plot that saw her aunt being stabbed to death. Based on information gathered by the investigators, there is serious doubt on the story that the great-niece initially presented to the investigators. News source understands that the investigators decided to keep the woman in custody and question her more about the incident. It was during the questioning that the woman reportedly admitted that she was part of a plot and that was hatched by a man who lives in the area to rob her aunt and beat her to death. Initially, the woman had claimed that the home was attacked by two armed bandits who tied her up while they robbed the great-aunt of her valuables and a quantity of money. She now reportedly claims that there was just one man who worked along with her in carrying out the crime. While she has named and provided a description of the other man, investigators have been questioning her in more detail about what took place and how many persons were really involved, since they believe that she might have possibly been the only one involved in the murder. A senior police official in Berbice, while not wanting to confirm or deny that the woman has confessed to the crime, told news source this evening that there is one person in custody, and before the end of this week, charges could possibly be laid in the matter. 85-year-old West Berbice resident Sumintra Saw was found stabbed to death in her home yesterday morning. Her great-niece, who worked as her caregiver, was the only other family member with her when the murder took place. Investigations are continuing tonight. Now let's tell you that a fire which gutted a steel and cement storage bond at Happy Acres on the east coast of Demerara yesterday was caused by a welding mishap. In a statement today, the Guyana Fire Service flagged the bond for not having safety measures in place, resulting in the fire quickly engulfing the building. The fire service said its investigations revealed that welding was being done in close proximity to a foam mattress, and flying embers came into contact with the mattress, igniting it. The fire service said it was also discovered that there were no fire suppressants within the building, and that the correct safety measures were not being followed. The entire building and its contents were destroyed as a result of the fire. The fire service said that though it initially had issues reaching the location of the fire due to traffic, it dispatched firemen from 5 fire stations to prevent the blaze from spreading further. The fire service said the fire presented a clear danger to firefighters since there were several explosions of flammable compounds during the fire. 2 firefighters suffered smoke inhalation injuries and had to be transported to a hospital. The Guyana Fire Service is once again advising citizens to be mindful of fire prevention methods and get equipped with fire suppressants, as well as to exercise caution within their homes and businesses. Minibus driver Okemi Harry, who was caught on camera on Saturday attacking and assaulting a traffic police officer, appeared in court today where he was slapped with 13 charges. Harry stood before the Sparendam Magistrates Court where he was told of the 13 offences. He was charged with failure to wear a seatbelt, failure to carry a conductor, having tinted glass on his minibus, failure to behave in a civil and orderly manner, 2 charges of assault on a peace officer, damage to property, use of indecent language, disorderly behavior, careless driving, and failure to comply with police directions. He pleaded not guilty to those charges. The court was told on Saturday the bus driver was pulled aside by 2 traffic ranks after he was observed driving his minibus above the speed limit. He was told of the offense and asked to produce his driver's license. The court was told that while the officer was writing a ticket for the offense, using the information on the driver's license, the minibus driver attempted to pull away his driver's license, but the officer held on to it. The man reportedly became incensed and attacked the traffic officer, punching him to the body before putting him in a headlock and wrestling him to the ground. The police said 2 days before that incident, the same minibus driver was pulled aside for failure to wear a seatbelt, and he drove away from the traffic officers. While the prosecution objected to bail, the magistrate granted bail in the sum of $150,000 and ordered the accused to return to court on the 19th of December for the continuation of the case. There have been a number of recent incidents of police ranks, especially traffic officers, coming under attack while carrying out their duties.
Census takers are visiting communities across Guyana and collecting information from every household. This information will help the government to plan better for our country's development. All the information shared will be treated as strictly confidential, and everyone is asked to participate. No one should be alarmed about any question asked, because the answers provided will help to improve living standards, decrease community crime rates, and improve access to housing and healthcare, among other benefits.
The census gives us the tool to identify some of these important gaps that exist across communities, within communities, and across regions, so that we can have targeted intervention.
Yeah, we counting way from region 1 to region 10, the whole country. Yeah, we counting way.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true, or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Buster, win a full gaming setup, Xbox X, gaming chair, gaming speaker and headset, or any of over 60 weekly prizes like Oculus Quest 2, Mini 2 drone, Nintendo Switch, and many more top gaming prizes. Check below for details.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Across the region tonight, Haiti's ambassador to the U.S. has called for the international community to still send a strike force to Haiti to confront gangs, even though police have ended a blockade of a fuel terminal that caused a humanitarian crisis in the country. The UN Security Council back in October discussed sending troops to confront gangs, but those proposals have received little attention since the police took control of the terminal in November. The situation has not changed, the ambassador to the U.S. said. He said if they don't have an international presence to help confront the armed gangs, the situation will become even more dire. Such a force should support the police, and troops should be provided by what is called a coalition of the willing for Haiti, he called. Most countries have appeared skeptical of sending troops to Haiti. Brazil's incoming government is unlikely to provide military assistance to Haiti, two officials said, noting that Brazil's participation in the UN peacekeeping force, which operated in Haiti from 2004 to 2017, was unpopular. In neighboring Suriname, the Federation of Organizations of Teachers in Suriname is calling on its members to stay home on Wednesday to force the government to deal with what it calls the runaway exchange rate for the US dollar and the euro, resulting in increased prices for goods and services. The organization, which groups several trade unions, including the Catholic Teachers Union, the Christian Teachers Union, and the Surinamese Public Teachers Union, said inflation and a volatile exchange rate are the most painful for the working class, pensioners, and people with disabilities, among others. In order to stabilize the exchange rate in Suriname, President Chan Santokhi established the Platform Exchange Rate Stabilization in October, which was aimed at discussing proposals and proposing solutions to be presented to the government within 3 months. But critics say as of Tuesday, the platform has been operating for more than a month, with the purchasing power of citizens decreasing daily. The teachers' organization president said the socio-economic situation has stalled and the government has no solution to bring relief to society as a whole. He said a major point of frustration is that many in retail outlets goods are priced in US dollars and the customer has to pay the equivalent in Surinamese dollars, with an exchange rate between 31 Surinamese dollars and 34 Surinamese dollars to $1 US. And finally tonight, international news. China's top security agency has called for a crackdown on hostile forces after rare protests against COVID rules in Chinese cities at the weekend. Police officers have flooded now empty protest sites, with some protesters saying the police have contacted them to seek information on their whereabouts. Meanwhile, the country's health officials say lockdowns should be imposed and eased quickly. China has recorded record numbers of new cases of COVID-19 in recent days. China is the only major economy with a zero COVID policy, with local authorities clamping down on even small outbreaks with mass testing, quarantines, and snap lockdowns. Over the weekend, thousands in China took to the streets demanding an end to the strict measures, with some even making rare calls for President Xi Jinping to stand down. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.